mindset that wins. The mindset that wins. Now, you hear a lot about mindset conversations today. And the older I get and the more I study sales, the more I study entrepreneurship, the more I study business, the more and more I am moved into the camp that our mindsets are critical. The way we think about our business, the way we think about selling ourselves and our services are critically important. And one of the best exercises you can do is to work on your selling your services mindset, the way you feel about it, the way you think about it, the way you approach your way of doing business. You know, as adults in business, there's some things that we don't have as adults that we used to have when we were children. One thing we had when we were children is we had sports. We had team sports that we played. We had games that we played. And a lot of adults don't play games like they used to play them anymore. They don't compete in games like they used to compete when they were a kid. When I was a kid, I played on basketball teams. I was on track teams. I was on tennis teams. And we always wanted to win. I wanted to win the games. And one of the things that I learned is we don't always win. But I always wanted to win. There's nothing like the feeling of winning, whether it's pickup basketball or in business. The feeling like we want to win. When we were kids, we played these games, and the other team that we were playing against, they wanted to win as well. So what you had there was competition, direct competition, whether it was tennis or whatever the sport is. You were competing against a direct opponent. Now, in business, we are competing, but it's not always a direct opponent. And we sometimes, as entrepreneurs, it's difficult to keep score if we're winning or not. One way we keep score is with the money that we earn. The more money we earn, the more we feel like we're winning. And I'm here tonight to change some of that, because money is not a big enough motivator for you to win in business. Money is not a big enough motivator. Now, some people listening to this might find that contrary to what they believe. Now, this is Monday Night Sales Mastery, and I do this each Monday night from 9 until 9:30. It's now 9:04, and I'm going to be done at 9:30. And I have a bunch of stuff I want to cover, so I'm going to kind of go concise. I offer this complimentary. This is free to you. And my goal on Monday nights is to give you something that's immediately actionable. Something that you can implement right away to help you to sell yourself and your services better tomorrow. That's what we're here to do. So again, I was going down the road with you about how we had competition and we got a chance to keep score and see win. You know, when a lot of times when people win a game or win a race, let's say a foot race, you've seen it happen on the Olympics, you've seen it happen on TV, you've seen it in boxing matches, and when they win, very often when they win, matter of fact, almost all the time when someone wins the game, they do this. They throw their hands up. Yes! They throw their hands up. Yes, I won. I won. I found a study that even blind people, when they have blind racing competitions, even the blind people, when they win, they still throw their hands up. Why do they do that? No one showed them that they're supposed to throw their hands up when they win. I don't know why. Maybe you have a better answer as to why we throw our hands up when we win. And a lot of times as adults, we don't get that opportunity to say, yes, I won, and throw our hands up. I hearken back to when Muhammad Ali fought Sonny Liston the first time for the heavyweight championship of the world. He was the underdog in that fight. Most people believed that Liston would beat Ali, and they thought he would beat him quickly. They thought he would beat him in the first 3 rounds. That was the consensus. But Ali won that fight. He won. After the 6th round, Liston couldn't come out anymore, and Ali won the fight. Now, he jumped around, he threw his hands up, and he started screaming, I am the greatest. I'm great. I'm so great. He started yelling and screaming how great he was because he won that particular competition. How you doing, Miss Vivian? That particular competition, he won. I'm here to tell you tonight, that's a certain mindset, that winning mindset that we want to adopt into our business. A competition, a chance to win, and a chance to lose, which makes the winning even more fun. How do you know you're winning in business? How do you know when you're winning in business? And I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to make my point tonight, that by dollars that you earn is not a big enough motivator, not big enough by itself. You need something besides money to motivate you to do all the things that you need to do. You know, in my work, very often I'm training real estate agents on how to sell. And what I've learned is real estate agents typically get a lot of training on what they're supposed to do. And they hire me to motivate them to do it. Particularly in that game right there. I call it the fat old butt syndrome. They know what they're supposed to do technically, but they need someone to motivate them to get their fat old butts off the couch and go do all the things that they know they're supposed to do in order for them to win in business. As an entrepreneur, what motivates you? I want you to put some thought to that, and I'm going to build my case. Because we don't often get a chance for us to have a successful outcome in business and someone cheers us or applauds us. Yes, you won! We don't have that. So we need other motivators. And not just money. What motivates people? When you study the things that motivate people, money is like the 6th or 7th thing that motivates people. One thing that really motivates people is recognition. Recognition. For somebody, even if it's only one person, to recognize that you had a successful outcome and they attaboy you for that, or they applaud you for that. Yeah, sounds like a solution. Yes. Do you have that one person to motivate you? Do you have more than one person? I'm here to advocate for you to find people that you can cheer on and that will also cheer on you. Someone that you will be hold accountable to tell of your wins and losses. You know, in my formative years of learning how to sell in my 20s, I've started a professional career in selling at age 23. I'm now 52. And we had a sales meeting. And every Monday through Friday, we had a sales meeting. And the first thing we did at the sales meeting, we had, 15 people around the oval table, is whoever made a sale the day before got a chance to tell their war story about how great they were on their sale. They got a chance to tell the story. Yesterday I went to this home and I did this, this, and this, and I had to overcome this objection or that objection. And they would talk about what specific objections they had to overcome, and everyone had to pay attention and listen to the story. And when the story was over, we all had to applaud that person that told that story. The beautiful thing about that is that telling of the story, that telling of that win, telling that story motivated the person that made the sale again because they got a chance to relive how great they were in that specific time. And everyone else that heard that story got a chance to hear that one of their contemporaries was winning, even if they didn't make a sale. They still needed to hear that other people were needed to hear those stories. They got a chance to get some public recognition. That's one of the great things about hiring a coach, because you get to tell your coaches. My clients tell me when they did something good, and it's one of the joys of my work. When a client says, Brian, I did what you said to do, and it worked for me, and this is what happened. I did this, this, and this, and I had this outcome, and I'm happy about it. Those stories fill me up with joy and pride, and it's good for me to hear those stories, and I collect them. And it's also good for the person to tell me their story. They get a chance to get some recognition. Recognition along with the money that they earned. And one more thing about back then when I was an over-the-road salesperson, those daily meetings, they had goals that we had to set. We're going to talk about that briefly. If you sell at least 3 that week, on Monday morning, we had a little kiddie basketball goal in the office. And we had a couple of little basketballs. And if you had more than 3, you had to sell 3 to qualify. Just 3 sales to qualify. Now, if you made 4 sales, you get 4 shots at it, okay? If you made 5 sales, you get 5 shots at the goal. If you made 3 sales, you get 3 shots at the goal. And however many you make, however many sales you make, how many shots you made, they gave you $25 per made basket. Okay? Now, on Monday mornings, it was just a crazy thing because it goes by the week. So on Monday morning, whoever sold 3 or more that week, they were in the office early practicing. Grown men and women practicing on a kitty goal to make it. Never mind for a chance if they made 3 sales, $25 a pop. The most they're going to make was $75. Never mind the thousands of dollars they made on the sales. It was more motivating for them to shoot hoops in front of their peers and to make that $75, which probably would have been their lunch money for the week. That's all it was. And plus, that was just like the most fun way of motivating people to sell at least 3 so they could shoot hoops on Monday. Now, maybe you want to get you a kitty goal too in your home and go by the week. This is just an idea. And basically sell at least 3 of whatever you sell. Sell at least 3 on Monday mornings. You get to shoot some shots and you reward yourself. That's another motivator. Reward. They used to encourage us to spend some money when you have success. Now, it didn't matter how much money. You could buy yourself a nice ink pen. You could buy yourself a new suit, buy yourself a new pair of shoes, only because you had achieved that successful outcome as a reward. There's this thing called GMP, Greatest Management Principle. That means whatever gets rewarded gets done. And I am suggesting to you adults today that if you're in business, the money alone is not enough to motivate you to do all the stuff that you must do. You need the money, yes, but you also need other motivators. Recognition, respect of others is another motivator. So I used to bust my butt because I was a dad with 2 little children and my wife was a stay-at-home mom at the time. And I didn't want her to have to go back to work. So I had to really, really motivate myself because I wanted my family to stay home, my wife to stay home. That was a motivator to me. I had to earn the money so that she could stay home. Do you have something else besides the money that will get you off the couch? Look for that thing. Find that thing. Manufacture that thing. Some people, motivated for them is the ideal of what they want in the future, a goal or a target. There's a story about this archer named Howard Hill. And Howard Hill was at the time considered the greatest archer in the world. He could take an arrow from his quiver and pull his bow tight, and from 50 feet he can go dead bullseye on the target. And then he could take another arrow and split that first arrow that was dead center. And he could take another arrow and split those 2 arrows dead center. An amazing feat of archery skill. But me, because I'm such an amazing coach, I can teach you how to hit that target better with a bow and arrow, better than Archer Hill could ever do on his very best day. I could show you how to hit that target better than he could. If, of course, we blindfolded Howard Hill and then spun him around enough times so he wouldn't know which direction the target was in. Now, some people chuckle at that thought. How can anybody hit a target where they don't know where the target is? How can anybody hit a target that they can't see? That's a good question. Same thing for you. How can you hit a target that you don't have? I am an advocate that we should work for targets. What do you want to get done this calendar week? This calendar week, what are you getting done? You need to set that goal, write it down, and tell somebody about it. Yes, I am. I am suggesting to you to have the right mindset to effectively sell yourself and your services. You do need a chance to reward yourself for the good work that you're doing and the hard work that you're doing besides just money. I am motivated when someone shares the possibilities of what could be. I am very visual, very good. A goal or target is good motivators. Thank you, Ms. Vivian. Dr. Deborah says, yes, a target helps me to make plans on how to get there. Yes, yes, and yes. You do need to have a target. Now, for you to successfully sell yourself and your services, to have the right mindset, we got to go back just a little bit, because first things first, is your stuff good? Is what you offer the world good? Does it benefit someone? Are you sure it benefits them? If you're not certain it benefits them in some way, for example, I'm a cigar enthusiast, and the people that I buy cigars from, what's their motivation? To make money? It could be, just to make money. But for them to sell it more effectively, they should focus on how it benefits me. Now, how can a cigar benefit someone? It's not good for your health, right? It benefits because when I buy a cigar, when I smoke a cigar, and I had one right before I started here, I took my time outside on my deck, and I had myself a drink and a cigar, and I felt like I had earned the right to smoke that cigar. I had earned the right. Back in the 50s and 60s, let's go with the 60s, the Boston Celtics won 8 NBA championships in a row. And they won 11 titles in 13 years. And their head coach at the time was Red Auerbach for all those years except for the last 2 when Bill Russell was the head coach, a player coach at the time. But one of the things that Red Auerbach used to do would motivate himself and the team and would infuriate the other team. This is back when you could do that in arenas, is when the game was out of reach and his team had won, right there on the bench, he would lean back and light a cigar. He called it his victory cigars. Game is in hand, we won our game. I'm gonna have my cigar. Victory cigar. Do you have a thing that's a victory cigar for you? Something that when you have won, when you have earned the right to do what you do, to sell yourself and to sell your services, when you gain a new client, you know you're going to serve that client very, very well. The client has agreed to pay you money. I believe, I'm here to tell you, it's a very good idea for you to throw your hands up and find a way to celebrate that moment and to reward yourself. Because back on GMP, whatever gets rewarded gets done. So I am suggesting to you, if you have people that will reward you for it, you're in the game. Great. But if you don't have anyone that can reward you, you must reward yourselves. Yes, you must. Life, we only get one of these things. I'm suggesting that you start to think of what you do as a win for your client when they hire you and as a win for yourself, and you should reward yourself. It doesn't have to be something big. You know, sometimes people will buy a new car to reward themselves. That's great, but it don't have to be a car. It could be anything, something that you want, a bauble, something pretty that you want to put in your home, and you know you earned that. You earned the money. When we say grace, my wife and I, we have our meals together. When we say grace, I'm very careful to not only thank God for the food that I'm about to receive, I also ask that you bless the hands that prepare the food. And if we bought the food, if we went out to dinner, I'm very careful to thank God for the provisions to be able to buy this, for the money that we earned. One of the most beautiful things about being an entrepreneur is we know that every dollar we get is because we earned it. No money comes to us unless we have earned it every time. One of my great trainers was the great Earl Nightingale. I never met him, but I listened to his stuff on CDs and tapes and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things he said, Earl Nightingale was talking about how important it is to celebrate your victory. He says, people will pay you money in direct proportion to how many of their problems that you solve and how much help you provide. So if you want more money, you have to articulate clearly what problems you solve and how it helps people. And once people can get your message, how you help them, how you solve a problem, they will reward you with their business. They will reward you with their money. And I'm suggesting to you, if you have the right selling your services mindset, that you reward yourself for that. Another thing I'm going to suggest is now, oh my gosh, it's 9:20 already. We only got 10 more minutes. Oh my gosh, time flies. I'm hopeful someone has found value so far. If you've been on here already and you've already heard something that you found valuable to you, please put in there hashtag value. Put in there hashtag value if you've heard anything so far that you found valuable. Last thing I want to cover is what I call, again, you're all entrepreneurs. I suspect that you tuned in for this. The right selling your services mindset, the mindset that wins. I want you to always be in some sort of contest. A contest. A contest, yes. A selling your services contest that you have with yourself. For example, you set your targets on Mondays. And again, I bang this drum all the time. I'm going to bang it again tonight. Monday is the most important day of your work week. I consider Monday the most important day of your work week because Monday sets the pace for your week. If you want to have a good selling your week, thank you for those of you guys who have liked and loved and hashtag value. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But have yourself a contest. If I do this, then I get this prize. Set the prize. Keep yourself in a selling your services contest that you have with yourself. If you can have it with other people, even the better. But if you don't have a chance to have it with other people, set a sales contest for you. I see a friend of mine on here now that sells Mary Kay. Now, any kind of network marketing opportunity, and I believe in it as well, you could set two kinds of contests. You could set a contest for yourself of how much product you sell or how many new teammates you have. For example, if I'm in a network marketing industry company and I set a target for myself to have 4 new associates, 4 new teammates this calendar month, and I set my plan as how would I have 4 new teammates? I'm going to have to tell at least 4 new people what I do, at least 4. And I'm going to have to give 4 new people a chance to join my opportunity. You have to do that. You probably have to do more than 4 to get that. But when you set that target, I want to get 4 new teammates this calendar month. And when you hit that goal, I am strongly encouraging you to find a way to reward yourself, to find a way to have some recognition. One way you can have that recognition is to tell somebody about it. Now, a lot of folks do not like to tell other people their goals. And there's some reason for that, okay? One thing that happens when you tell someone your goal, when you tell another living, breathing soul your goal, now you're accountable. Because if you don't hit it, some people are fearful that they'll say, what about that goal you had? Did you get it? No. And they don't want that. They don't want that check. They don't want that chastisement, if you will. They don't want to have to reveal to the world. I am going to say to you to change that thinking, because that is very often what spurs you to put in the more energy, that energy, that magical elixir added to your money, okay? Again, money alone is not a big enough motivator to get you off the couch. It has to be other things other than money. And I want you, and you know what it does for you, to consider what that you want this money to do for you and find a way to reward yourself for your victories, for your little victories as well as your big victories. What I strongly suggest is going to happen when you actively start rewarding yourself for serving people, rewarding yourself, what happens is in your subconscious mind, it says, oh my goodness, we set a target, we hit it, we achieved this goal, and I got myself a new suit out of the deal. Wonderful. Now your subconscious receives that. It fires off endorphins in your brain. You get to feel good all through your body, and your body likes that feeling, and it's going to help you to get that feeling again. Money alone can't do that. You know, and that's the other thing too. Rewarding yourself with money it's a double-edged sword. When you reward yourself with money, like if I gave you $500 tonight, what would you do with that $500? Would you pay bills with it? If you owe some stuff, and if you owe a light bill or a car payment, you might very well pay the bill. That's not enough motivator. You know, you work real hard to earn the money to pay a bill. You're going to pay your bills anyway. You're going to pay your bills just like you do anything else. That's not enough. I am saying to you, yes, don't get it twisted. Pay your bills, pay all your bills when you're supposed to pay them. Yes, yes, yes. But money alone and using money just to pay bills is not enough of a motivator to yourself to get you the right selling yourself and your services mindset. It is my hope and goal, my plan, my wish, my want, my prayer that somebody tonight, even if it's just one of you, adopts this philosophy of looking for motivators besides money. Money, I love to earn money. I think it's important. I like to say the word money too, because money is the key to end all your woes, your ups, your downs, your highs, and your lows. Won't you tell me last time that love bought your clothes? That rap lyric from Run DMC provokes my life. It's like that. I think about that a lot, because money is important, but it ain't the only thing. It's what the money will do for you. If someone gave you $1 million, what if you had $1 million tax-free someone gave you? You wouldn't just hold on to the money. No, you would do stuff with that money. You would do some fun things. You would pay your bills, sure, but you would also do something fun. You would take a cruise. You would take a trip. You would go on a shopping spree. You would do all those things. And the money, the spending of the money motivated you. You felt good behind that. It's now 9:27. I'm hopeful that I did what I came here to do. My name is Brian McNeill, and I give these, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll be back next Monday for 30 more minutes. But if you know that you want more than what I just got, I have something I want to suggest that you consider. I have an academy, an online selling your services academy. We meet each week on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. And it's a deep dive. It's an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half minutes. Sometimes the people in the class motivate me because they're enthused and having fun with it. And sometimes we go a little bit longer, but most of the time it's about an hour and 15 minutes. Now, the Selling Your Services Academy is not free. You got to invest in yourself. It's $60 a month. For $60 a month, you'll keep yourself in a constant learning thing. It's not expensive. And just think about if you earned one more sale because of your association with the academy, was it not worth it? If you earned 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. There are a few of you on here, Olive and Audancy, and Ms. Vivian and Nora. I want you guys to consider taking part in the Selling Your Services Academy. So the point of tonight, how to get the right selling your services mindset that wins. That wins. So you get a chance to throw your hands up. Yes! We won all the time. Celebrate your victories. Celebrate your wins. If you want to take part in the academy, just put in the comments academy. Or if you want to learn about more of the academy, put in the academy. Or reach out to me directly. I am so old school that I won't even answer a phone call or a text or a message or however you want to do it. It's now 9:29. Woo! This is Monday Night Sales Mastery. Again, my name is Brian K. McNeill. Thank you for those of you who have been coming regularly. Thank you for those of you, if this is your first time or if you popped in from time to time, I'm going to keep it going because I believe that God has uniquely gifted me. God has uniquely gifted me with the gifts, skills, talents, and ability to study and the desire to teach and a skill set in teaching it that I believe that this work is the work that I am personally supposed to be doing. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to be doing, I think I'm showing dishonor to my Heavenly Father. And I am a believer. And it's very important to me to please God. So consider yourself. Do you want to please God? Do you want to please someone else? By yourself and just money is not enough. You do need to find a way to reward yourself. Find your way to get you some recognition, some reward, the respect of your peers, and you will have the right selling your services mindset. It's now 9:30. Thank you for joining me.